All right, today we have the problem x squared over 25 plus y squared over 16 equals 1. And what we're trying to do is we're going to try to find the center and the vertices of this ellipse. We're going to be referring back to some of these formulas over here. We'll put those here for just a moment. So we've got the standard form for an ellipse with a horizontal major axis. That standard form is x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. And that is just the standard form. If you're taking notes on this, vertices are always going to be, when in horizontal, with the horizontal major axis, it's going to be h plus or minus a, k, and the center is going to be hk. Well, we'll go over a vertical example later, but we're going to go ahead and start with this. Now, first, before we flip back to the problem, I want you to notice right about here, you're going to notice x minus h, y minus k. Then you're going to notice the center here is going to be hk. So whatever h is here and whatever k is here, it's going to be your center. So if we look back over here, we're going to be able to find the center of this really easily, because you're going to see that x squared doesn't have anything with it and y squared doesn't have anything with it either. So there is no h, there is no k. Well, that means that h and k, if we just go over here and we say, if we get a different pen, we're going to say that h equals 0 and k equals 0. So if we say hk for the coordinates of the center, you just have 0, 0, which I'm sure we all know is the origin. So your x coordinate is 0, your y coordinate is 0. So the center for this problem is pretty much a piece of cake. Now, vertices, however, we've got vertices, and do we remember what the formula is for that? Let's go back over to our formula. Our formula for the vertices is going to be h plus or minus a, and then k. Well, we already know what k is. So we've got k here. So we can actually just go ahead and we're going to do 2 of these just so that we have both of our vertices, because one of these is going to be plus and one of these is going to be minus. This is in the wrong place. But so what we want to find is we're just going to go ahead and find out what A and B are. So here we've got, if we look back over at this formula, we've got x minus h over a squared. So a squared is actually equal to 25. So we're going to go here and we're going to say a squared is equal to 25. Well, we're going to square root both of those terms. I'm going to show all of the steps here. And then we're going to come out with a equals 5. So when we go back to our formula, say h plus or minus a, and then k. So here we've got h plus a, which is going to be 5, pens are drying out very quickly here. Okay, we're gonna use the big marker. So we've got 5 and 0. And then we've got -5 and 0. So those are our two vertices there. Now we also need to find our minor axis. Now our minor axis is going to be the smaller. And with the smaller number, we're going to look at y squared over 16. And so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to find out what b is. Because our formula for there, we're going to have y minus k over b squared. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to say b squared equals the square root of 16. Sorry, 16. Trying to skip a step there. But we are going to take the square root of both of these in the next step, and then we're going to be left with b equals 4. So our minor axis vertices, we're going to end up with zeros here, and then we're going to end up with 4 and -4 here. So if you were going to graph that, do a little short interpretation of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to at least have enough spots to graph. I'm going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend our graph out a little bit. 5. 2, 3, 5. So our vertices here, you're going to get dots there, dots here, and your center. And so your ellipse ends up looking kind of like a football. So, and that is probably one of the most basic versions of this problem. But if you understand the formulas, if you understand that really you're just using this formula guide to find the center and the vertices using these formulas here for the vertices and the center. If you follow that path, then you will find your answers. All right. Appreciate you watching. More to come later.